had just released their very first single, Love Me Do. To be fair, it wasn't an explosive smash hit, not immediately, but you know, it was a solid start. It was a foot in the door. And they didn't know it yet, but the next 16 months would change everything for them, their entire lives, from their music to the fans, and eventually the world. This is how the four boys from Liverpool became a global phenomenon. This is the road to Beatlemania. So let's start by talking Love Me Do. Now, it peaked at number 17 on the UK charts, which is respectable. I mean, it's not terrible by any stretch of the imagination, especially for a debut, but still, EMI's George Martin he wasn't convinced that these kids were hit makers. But it was undeniable that they had something. You know, they just radiated this charm and charisma, and it was evident that they had this energy and hunger. So George Martin, he decided to give them another shot. Thank God. So their next move was early in 1963. They returned to Abbey Road Studios and recorded their next single, Please Please Me. John and Paul had actually written it months earlier, inspired by Roy Orbison and Bing Crosby of all people. But now they sped it up and gave it some kick and let it rock. And this time, they didn't chart. Sorry, let me rephrase that. They didn't just chart. They absolutely erupted. Please Please Me hit number 1 on most major UK charts. And suddenly, everyone wanted to know who these cheeky lads from Liverpool were. What did their label do, you ask? Well, they told them, you've got a week. We want a full album. No pressure. And that's how, on February 11th, 1963, the Beatles walked into EMI Studios and recorded their entire first album in one day. One day. That entire album. 12 songs, 2 sessions. Listen, they were like a supernatural, untouchable force. They laid down Twist and Shout last because, oh yeah, if all that wasn't crazy enough already, John was sick with a cold, of course. But still, he did not let that stop him from belting out like his vocal cords were on fire. The result? Please Please Me released March 22nd, 1963, and it hit number 1 on the UK charts, and it stayed there for 30 whole weeks. So you know what that means. People weren't just listening. No, they were obsessed.